The Flyers lose 5-2 with an empty net involved to the Washington Capitals, but they didn't start this game out right. They didn't come out hot. Once again, they go down on this Capitals team 2-0 really early. Now, Carter Hart, he gets the nod, and I can't stand the people freaking out saying, why did Brian Elliott not start? Let's go with the hot goaltender. Do you realize the stretch that's coming up? We've all been screaming for Carter Hart the entire season. So just because it didn't work tonight, and let me be real, it wasn't all Carter Hart's fault. I think that there was one goal that was his fault out of the 4. There was one goal that he overcommitted big time on, which was the 4th one, and that was his fault. But it started with the D as a whole. I thought the D corps today was pretty sloppy, but you're playing a really great team. A Stanley Cup winning squad. They're better than us, and they made us uncomfortable, and they exploited some of our problems, which is our youth and our defensemen that are young. That's what good teams do. I just can't believe it. I can't believe the amount of outrage that I'm hearing that Brian Elliott didn't start. I can't believe Scott Gordon. Well, if Carter Hart won the game, would that ever be an argument? No. It was the right decision. We have a back-to-back. We have an absurd stretch coming up. Brian Elliott's 7,000 years old. Put in Carter Hart. We've been screaming about it all season long. It's just because we lost that everyone's freaking out about it. So we lose 5-2. We come out, we're down 2-0 early from defensive breakdowns. When the puck can go from the point through the middle to a backdoor guy, and that happened twice in this game, that's a problem on the defense. Like, I get it. The team is really good. The Capitals team is good, and they make you uncomfortable. But at the same time, you learn that stuff when you're 5 years old to kind of pick up sticks and not puck watch. That was a problem on the first goal. Then the second goal, Travis Sanheim's not really with his guy, and the puck flubs into the middle of the ice, into the slot area, and they bang it home. You can't consistently go down on the Washington Capitals like we did last game, like we did this game, and think you're going to win the hockey game. It's just not how it works. And this is a tough start to this stretch of the season, if you will. The Caps, which we fall, Toronto, Penguins, Montreal. And it's not helping us either that all the teams that we need to lose are kind of winning. Even though the Habs did lose tonight, throughout the last 2 games, or 2 days actually, you know, the Columbus Blue Jackets are putting up points, the Penguins are winning, so it's not helping. This is it. This is the Flyers for you. I'll tell you what, last game I put on the jersey, 3 points out, let's go. And now here I am the next game, and I really don't know how much hope I have left. And that's what this team does to you, though. The emotional roller coaster that I talk about. This is it. This is it. One game to the next, and this is just so much I'm asking for. I'm asking for so much to happen. The teams we need to lose. We need to dominate. So we really almost have to win out the next 3 games here, and going in Toronto is not going to be easy, although they've been struggling as of late to start good games at home, and they're waiting for us. They're absolutely waiting for us. They're coming off an amazing game, literally an amazing game where they were down to the Chicago Blackhawks by an insane amount. In the third period, they pumped 30 shots on net, but they fell just short by 1 goal. It was a nuts atmosphere. It was an NBC Sports game I actually tuned in for, but regardless, let's talk about this game. Brett Connolly looked like Sidney Crosby out there. I mean, more defensive mistakes for us. After he already had 2 goals, he scores the first one. Then there was a 2-on-1 because we had a tough play at the blue line. I think it was Philip Myers actually tried to keep the puck in with his foot. They get an odd man rush, which they had 70,000 of them in the second period alone. He comes down, nips the hell out of Carter Hart. Then there's times where he's entering the zone. It's a 3-on-2. Both defensemen somehow leave him alone. He's skating all around. He looked like Wayne Gretzky out there today. Brett Connolly, as he gets 3 points total, I believe. 2 goals and an assist on 4 shots. He was a lethal weapon for the Caps tonight. They were just too much for the Flyers, and it seems like that's pretty much been the storyline every single time we play them this year. They kind of attack our playoff hopes here, and it sucks. Scott Lawton keeps his point streak going. This sucks. I'm really disappointed with the way that the Flyers came out today, and you hear the boos after the first period, which is fair. Listen, I'm all for the boo. Everyone complains that all Philly fans, all they do is boo. I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of fans boo. I've watched plenty of Celtics games where they booed their team off the floor. I watched Toronto boo their team off the ice. You boo. The boo is a sign of respect, saying pick it the hell up. It's a sign of respect. It's we expect more from you because we know you're better. It's a sign of respect. We're booing. We come out, we crack into the lead a little bit. We make it 2-1 with JVR after Shane Gostisbehere makes a nice play with his stick. JVR picks it up and puts it in, but then we allow 2 quick goals again, and that's a problem. But I'm not blaming this on Carter Hart. He didn't have the strongest game ever. There were spurts where he put together a nice couple saves, and then there were times where he overcommit and all that. But to think that he should never start Brian Elliott this, I don't think you realize how many games we have in the next few days here, and Brian Elliott is so old, and we've literally, this is why I can't process this, is because we've been screaming as a fan base to put the kid in. I'm cool with Brian Elliott being the guy moving forward here because he's been playing so well, but when he does need a day off, which he will, which was tonight, yeah, I'm okay with Carter Hart. I'm okay with Carter Hart, and it didn't work out tonight, but that wasn't solely because of him. I don't think the defense played well. I didn't think the offense contributed enough. We weren't getting pucks on net. How about the power play tonight? It wasn't really effective. We weren't getting great looks. I thought we were passing up opportunities to put pucks on net. We were trying to be too cute, too pretty. Speaking of too cute, too pretty, Claude Giroux had a puck behind the net, and if John Carlson didn't get back, he literally would have had a lacrosse-style goal from behind the net that would have went right in, and it would have been beautiful, but he ended up getting stopped. Who am I thinking on the Washington Capitals right now that bothers everyone? Tom Wilson. One thing that bothered me out of Tom Wilson, I get he plays on the edge and he's got that grit and everyone hates playing against him, but you love him on your team, and that's all cool. Trust me, I've had plenty of teammates like that. I believe I was one of those teammates, to be fair. He was going after Nolan Patrick after one play. And someone came in and tried to give him some cross-checks back, and he didn't want none of that, but he was going right after Nolan Patrick, going back to Nolan Patrick. With all due respect, dude, you're picking on Nolan Patrick, the guy who he's not a fighter. He's not to your caliber when it comes to toughness. But when someone comes in who is a little tougher, you back away a little. Like, come on. I'm not saying Tom Wilson backs away from people because I've seen him step up to the plate. But in that scenario, to pick on Nolan Patrick, it's kind of funny to me. You're picking on someone who you have no real intent because you know he won't come back. It's, come on. What are you doing? I just noticed that once, though. But he did pick up a big goal for him today, and he plays on that edge. I get that. Realistically, my question to you now here is, it seems like it's the same question after every video, but it does change. Every game changes because of how close we are and what we need, and everything changes when there's a two-day break from a game, other teams play, and so much is constantly changing with the standing. So it does make sense that this is the question pretty much every time, but how are you feeling now? I think we need to win the hell out. We have Toronto tomorrow. We have the Penguins. We have the Montreal Canadiens. These are all games that are so big, and we need teams like the Blue Jackets to fall. We need teams like the Penguins to lose games when we're not playing them, and the Canadiens and the Hurricanes. We need these teams to fall, and we need to get 6 points, I'd say, in the next 3 games. So we need to find a way to do that. And with that being said, it's not just 6 points, but how about we try and leave it to regulation? Because if we end up winning a game in overtime, it's great. You get the 1 point on some of these teams, but they also gain a point, which can come back to bite you as well. It's tough. I went from 3 points, let's go, baby, to now we're sitting at about 5 points, and it just gets that much harder. It just gets that much harder and that much more stressful, and everyone's holding the stick that much more tight. And I get it. The Capitals are a good team. They're realistically better than us. You're not going to win every game. You're not going to keep this unbelievable streak going forever, but we got to try and grab as much as we can at this point and put this game behind us and focus on Toronto tomorrow, because that's going to be a loud building, a crazy building. I remember getting embarrassed by that team before earlier in the season. I believe they scored 7 goals on us, if not maybe more, and I don't even want to process how many it was, but for some reason my thought process tells me 7. It's going to be tough, and I'm excited. Tomorrow's a doubleheader. You get the old Sixers Fly Guys action, which is definitely one of my favorites. Absolutely. It's going to be a good Friday night for the kids. So let me know your thoughts down below on Carter Hart starting over Elliott. I have no complaint with that at all. The defense struggled today. I didn't think we had enough offense. We just weren't good enough. We weren't good enough, but this team is elite, and they make you play uncomfortable, and they make you really play hard, and they outworked us and outcompeted us. Connolly looked like Wayne Gretzky, and that's just what it was. So let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.